Next we have Joe. You're up. Maybe if you stand forward.
Hello, thank you for coming out today. My wife, she's incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's the first event we've actually both been able to speak at the same time, so I hope that I can somehow match her intellect and her ability. But she is great. I've been playing catch up with her for almost 12 years.
I want to vote for her.
I thank you. Yeah, do you want to sit inside, sweetheart? Okay. I also want to just thank everybody that's here today, and thank those of you out there that have been working on this campaign for the last 10 months. It's been a tremendous experience, and we've made tremendous progress. And it's exciting to see so many people here that I know, that I've met. And for those of you that haven't had an opportunity to meet me yet and interact with me, I'm excited to interact with you and give you an opportunity to get to know me. I truly feel that I'm running as a people's candidate, somebody that people can get to know, and not somebody that's going to be flashing with a big smile and high platitudes on television or you know, out there playing the traditional big money campaign. We're going to do it on the streets, doing it house to house, people to people, because that's the way we are going to change America. Now, I saw a sign back here that says something about you can't change stupid, but you can vote it out. I'm going to disagree for just a minute, because I believe we can change stupid. We can get rid of the U.S. Department of Education. That's where a lot of the stupidity starts. Right now, most of you know in the past year, we've had a couple of different initiatives that people have been signing petitions and working so hard to do. One was the voter ID. One was the personhood amendment. Farm Bureau this past week is now working on a petition for eminent domain. Folks, when I look at this situation, it makes me think about something. Our fundamental rights, our inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We know our founding fathers, when they talked about pursuit of happiness, it was to be able to determine our property rights. Why do we have a situation in our state where we cannot agree in our legislature, in our executive, to agree on those three things that Mississippians overwhelmingly want protected? So we have to go out and do the job that some of them are trying to do. But some of them obviously aren't. So we're out there getting petitions and getting things signed so that we can put the things that are important to us on the ballot so our voices can be heard. We brought the eminent domain petition here today, and I hope you'll take a chance to sign it. It'll make it so that our government can't take your private property and give it to a corporation. Yeah. Fundamental constitutional right. I hope that there's many of you who are here today came to be inspired, because this is inspiring. And I think as we've watched over this past year, there's been a great awakening across this country, a tremendous awakening. The spirit of our patriot forefathers is awakening something else that I don't think many of us has felt for a big part of our lives. I've always loved my country. I've lived in 5 different states, and I've seen the best and I've seen the worst in this country. And to be living at a time now where we truly are in the Second American Revolution, that to me is tremendous. Not only is it tremendous because of the feelings that it brings, but it gives us the opportunity to know that we can fight the good fight. That we can get involved today, that we can choose and determine the future for our families, for our children, for our grandchildren. We do not have the luxury of apathy or complacency. We do not have that luxury anymore. When I decided to run for Congress, I made the decision to run because I believed it was the right thing to do. I had an obligation to my family and my community that if I wanted to pass the country that I love and grew up in to my children, that I needed to do something today. I don't come before you as somebody who is independently wealthy, who is being bankrolled, as a former politician or with any experience in politics. I come to you as someone who's concerned, who has an understanding of our Constitution, who has a vision of what this country is and what it can be and what it was. I come to you as someone who wants to serve the people. I want to serve for 8 years. I don't want to make a career out of it. I believe fundamentally one of the problems that we have in our federal government, it's been spoken about a lot today, is that we have a lot of elected officials. Not all of them. We have some good ones here today. But we have a lot that make decisions based on how are we going to get reelected? Is it going to make that special interest that donates a lot of money in my campaign? It's going to make them happy. We have elected officials that come to town meetings and they represent the government to us when they should be representing us to the government. If we want to change that, it begins getting together like this, talking about the issues and getting excited. And then it takes getting out and going to work. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. I firmly believe that in 2010, the days and the years of our mourning will start to end. That we across this country, starting the 4th District, will start to take our districts back. We will start here with the Blue Dog Democrat, who poses as a conservative. Look at his record, folks. Look at his record. As Steve pointed out, if you vote for Nancy Pelosi, who drives an abortion agenda, who would like to eliminate the NRA and take away our Second Amendment rights, who pushes health care on us in the name of jobs, then we'll keep voting for our current congressman who will continue to vote for her, if that's what we want. But if we want something different, then we got to do something different. We must unite. As Tea Party conservatives, as conservative activists, as conservative Republicans, we all have to come together to make this happen. When I decided to run, the first thing I did, I invited a number of people to my home. And people that represented a very wide swath of different beliefs and values from our community. And they said, well, Joe, what are you going to run? Are you going to run as a Republican or Democrat, Libertarian, Independent? What are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to run as a Republican. Well, there's probably about 25 people in the House, and there was a big argument that ensued. And the argument was that the Republican Party's helped bring us to this point. We've had a lot of people in the party that have not lived up to the conservative platform of the party. Limited government, fiscal discipline. And because of that, that's why we're at this point. And I don't know how many of you saw the Rasmussen poll that came out back in December. But they took a poll of American citizens, said, if you were going to vote for a candidate today, who would you vote for? And I got the figures. 33% preferred the Tea Party candidate. In some circles, I am known as Joe Tea Party. 30% were undecided. 25% were Democrat.